We're at the federal court in Oakland, where today a group of sex offenders are challenging the International Megan's Law, a law that was passed by the federal government in February, requiring the U.S. government to alert other countries that sex offenders are headed their way. But sex offenders are calling the law unconstitutional.
No passport identifiers. No passport identifiers. No passport identifiers.
What's this protest about?
Well, of course, we're here to protest International Megan's Law, which puts a unique identifier on the, on the passports of registered citizens.
A lot of people from the victim side of this argument will say, well, I don't care if you're going to be traveling on vacation. What about children? What about the most vulnerable people in our society? I mean, how do you respond to that? And what's the biggest problem you consider with this market?
Well, the biggest problem is if it was a matter of public safety and protecting members of society, they would do this to everybody with a criminal conviction, especially with violence, murder, DUIs, that kind of thing. They don't.
All the people standing out here, do you know anybody personally who has been sexually offended? I do. I've had friends come to me and tell me that lives are altered permanently when somebody abuses you against your will. So this right here, no, I'm not with that at all. And I just wonder if they have anybody that has been affected. Because it doesn't affect, it goes on forever. You carry it through life.
That's not the foundation on which our country was built. This is about the First Amendment.
Why do you consider the law unconstitutional?
So when most people think about the First Amendment, all they think about is the right to say something, but you also have a right to be silent. And the fact is, with this law, you cannot remain silent about whether or not you've been convicted of a registered sex offense and whether or not you're, quote, likely to engage in child sex tourism. So the government is basically sending notices to our government, to foreign countries, saying that you're likely to engage in child sex tourism.
So the United States, in doing this, we're only the third nation in the history of the world that has ever stamped the passports. And the only other two nations, of course, who have done that has been Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. And so that's a very disturbing precedent. And so it's a League of Nations I don't think America wants to be associated with.
So at this point, the judge has to decide whether to deny or allow the government's motion to dismiss, at which point the group of sex offenders would take it to the appeals court. Back to you.